Tensions have been high all night between protesters and police in downtown Los Angeles. Some of those demonstrators confronting officers right outside LAPD headquarters. Our Chris Christie live overhead in Air 7 HD with more on how things are looking right now. Chris?
Yeah, a crowd of 50 mark, of 50 protesters dispersing a short time ago. Still, though, a dozen or so police officers in riot helmets remain lined up in front of the steps of LAPD headquarters. We've got some video, though, to show you from just a little bit earlier as things got quite contentious. Following a peaceful demonstration, there started to become a lot of pushing and shoving. Some of the barriers here at LAPD headquarters were torn down, and again, some minor vandalism around the building. But overall, things have improved dramatically after that dispersal order was given. They have pushed the crowd aside. A skirmish line was formed, and the crowd did indeed disperse without any arrests and without any injuries. As you can see, coming back out live here, you can see all is calm now here in downtown LA. Reporting live from Air 7 HD, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Chris, thank you.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. In the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Be careful where you hitch your wagon to. Be careful what you hitch your wagon to. This is out of the book of Isaiah, the 33rd chapter and the 6th verse. And it says, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure." And it tells you in the book of Luke, the 12th chapter, the 34th verse, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And a lot of people are hitching their wagons to these, what some may call stage events, and some may actually be real events that occurred. But you hitching your wagon to these events is going to put you in dire straits. It's going to put you in situations that you have no business being put in, So you have to know what time we in, man. And the enemy is looking for anything out there to associate you with. So you must be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, pursuant to the book of what is that, St. Matthew, the 10th chapter, the 16th verse. So you have to be very aware of what's going on. In a lot of these movements, people are hitching their wagons too. Like you seen in the video, the little clip that I showed, that there was a person wearing a jacket and it said Black Lives Matter, And a lot of our people hitch their wagons to these movements not knowing anything about them. And they're not going to save us, No matter how much they sell it to you and come up with these protests and these activists, they not gonna get us out of this condition that we in. There's only one person that's coming to redeem us, and it's not gonna be any manufactured movement. So be careful what you hitch your wagon to. This is the book of Proverbs. And we're going to see why. 11, and we're going to go down to verse 21. And it reads, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered." See, there's only going to be one person that delivers, and it's going to be for the righteous. So when you go and hit your wagon or join your hand, excuse me, with the false narratives that's being pushed, or maybe some of them are, true and have weight to it. But the fact of the matter is, they're not going to deliver you. So we in a time where you must be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. Because if you get caught out there in no man's land and a judgment just so happen to find you, you have nobody but yourself to blame, man. And ultimately, that final judgment is coming where this whole place is going to be disintegrated. You know, so look for other riots to pursue, whether it be food riots or shortages of not having enough food in these last days, because times are going to get rough and people going to be out there, fighting for the last bit of whatever, who knows what's in the stores that they got left or whatever, man. You got to know, man, that though hand joined in hand, what does it say? The wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So when you hitch your wagon to these, unfruitful trees, these movements, thinking that you're going to make a splash or even if it's a ripple in the ocean, you're not going to do anything. You're just setting yourself up for further failure. The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And that's talking about the elect. You know? So you got to be careful what you hitch your wagon to. It tells us in the It tells us in the book of Corinthians, let's go get that. Because a lot of people, they still under that mindset. And this is 1 Corinthians. We're going to go down to the 13th chapter in the 11th verse. And it reads, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And one of those things is believing that this kingdom, this society that we currently are under, cares for you or have you in their best interest. And that these movements are put here for your sake. And that you going out there and protesting for civil justice is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back, man. It's not. It's not going to happen. These things are happening because we in the last day and judgment is going out fully. What you need to do is get this hedge and keeping this truth in this word so you don't be on the other end of that protest, man. The other end of that riot. Okay? So once again, be careful what and where you hitch your wagon to. Because, like I said, it tells you in Luke, well, I didn't say it, but let's go there and get it. The 6th chapter in the 43rd verse. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither does a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. So these movements, they're not going to bring anything, fruitful because it's a corrupt tree. On the surface, it looked like it's for you. But when you dig deep into it, you find out that there's nothing actual there worth bearing fruit over, good fruit over. So it's just a facade. It's just on the surface it looks good, like it's helping out the people. But after further examining, you see that there's nothing in it that helps the people out. Excuse me. The family, if somebody wrongfully accuses that person or, murder that person, The family has to get prodded out on stage for a spectacle, and then in return they get a little money on the side. And it may not even be an actual incident that took place. They might just take the bag just for taking it, just to cite and incite more riots. So that's why I open up with Isaiah the 33rd chapter, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You have to have the wisdom and knowledge of this book, this holy Bible, to know what's going on and know where we at and know we in the last leg of this kingdom, man, and it's getting ready to fall. So a lot of things you see ain't what you think you seeing, Under his rulership, the wicked, he can manipulate a lot of things through his sorcery, through these enchantments that you get over the TV. And now you done hit your wagon to it because you done got in your emotions, your feelings, and you right for the picking. Tells us in Malachi what? The 4th chapter. It's a judgment for those people who join hand with the wicked. We're going to get it. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, though hand join in hand. The wicked shall not go unpunished. Shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And that day is coming that this place that is known spiritually as Babylon, America, is coming. It has a judgment that's coming to it. And if you hitch your wagon to it, then you're going to partake in that same judgment as well. What did it tell you in the second part of that verse? It says, and the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Okay? That was pursuant to Proverbs 11, the 21st chapter. But the second verse of this book right here, Malachi 4, in verse 2 says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteous arise with healing in his wings. And we know the Son of Righteous is Yahushua, pursuant to his transfiguration in the book of Matthew, the 17th chapter. I believe the second verse. Let's go get that right quick like. Matthew 17 and his transfiguration, verse 2. And it reads, and was transfigured. Well, yeah, let's get it right here. St. Matthew, the 17th chapter, and the second verse, and it reads, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as light. So this is the Son of Righteousness. He had a aura, his globe, his transfiguration, his sun, his face was shined as the sun. Back to Malachi 4. So it says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. So you want to be careful what and where you hitch your wagon to, because if you not hitching it to the tree that bring forth good fruit, then you going to be ripe for the judgment that's coming to what? Leave you neither root nor branch. You're not going to have anything left. You're going to be completely uprooted and decimated with the judgment that's coming to this place right here, Babylon. So just know we coming into times where you're going to see a lot of things and a lot of, whether it's videos or news clips, that's gonna cite a lot of riots, man. Whether it's in person or it's over the airs, you gonna see them. And it could shake you up if you're not rooted in this truth right here. Okay? You got to understand, you're going to be taken care of. It tells you, my servants, they shall eat and drink, you know? So when you see the hysteria, the mass hysteria going on, when you see the food shortages and they telling you that we getting ready to have a famine and there's no more food in the stores, we know what time it is. We know they're getting ready to roll out the solution to all their chaos. You know? We know they're getting ready to bring forth the mark, man. We're not ignorant of their devices, man. It tells us that in 2 Corinthians. Two, and let's get it. Verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We already know the devices he using, man. Because we staying in this word right here. This truth is giving us the leg up, man. We got it. We got the, I can't even say the cheat code because it's everything, man. We know his playbook. We got Satan's playbook right here. Why? Because we staying in the truth, man. We grounded in this word. We know what's going on. We know it's supposed to get worse before it get better because we got to get the kingdom. The kingdom is ours to come. And he doesn't want to relinquish his authority over us. But he has no say in that. He's just fulfilling his part of the prophecy. So that the Most High through his only begotten son Yahushua can get the glory. You know? So it's nothing that this devil can do that could shake, the elect, man. So be careful what and where you hitch your wagon to. Like I said, pursuant to Luke, the 6th chapter and the 43rd verse. You know? Because we coming into some times, man, where a lot of things what you see ain't gonna be what you think it is. And you got to be, like I started off with Isaiah the 33rd chapter in the 6th verse, you got to have the wisdom and knowledge, man, because that's gonna be the stability of these times that we coming into and that we already in. And that's talking about Jacob's trouble, you know? So we're going to go ahead and close out, and we're going to take it from there. And this is in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, and, verse 8. So it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And if he could sell you the product of you joining with him, he going to sell it to you. He has no emotions, whether you believe it or not. If he can get you to take whatever he's selling you, he's going to sell it to you. Whether you think it's good or beneficial, he's going to sell it to you. Whether you think it's beneficial or not, he doesn't care. All he's trying to do is take you from the word. We did a lesson in the book of Mark, the 4th chapter, man. Those who hear the word. And then Satan comes to snatch it right up from them. So you got to be in this word, this truth. This is your hedge, man. This is what's going to keep you covered and protective when all hell breaks loose, And you seeing these riots and these, food shortages and everything crashing and all chaos, you're going to be stable in those days. You're going to have stability because you're going to have wisdom and knowledge. So that's all that, we're going to talk about on this subject for right now. So with that being said, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom.